Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, we in the same outfits because you know what? We batch contenting today, okay? And y'all gonna get what we finna give because when will people learn, okay, how to decipher and how to see and expose a one-sided friendship? We've been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, my husband and our jaws have just been dropped because we are watching Shamia and Portia, and not really Shamia and Portia, but really Shamia finding out that she been in a one-sided friendship for the last 10, 20 years, baby. Sis is just figuring it out and getting a news flash. Okay? So we wanted to come on and just share our life advice. Because like we said in our previous video, we have tons of experience. And you Gen Zs and Millennials don't need to go to ChatGPT. Okay? Your auntie and your uncle is right here. We're going to help y'all out. Okay? So let's get into this video.
I like to be a distant cousin.
You like to be a distant cousin? Okay. Your mother and your distant cousin is about to break this down.
It's a different world from where you come from.
So welcome back, everyone. My name is April Butcher, and this is my husband, Mr. B.
Hello, guys.
And we are Common Sense on Social. We come to give you guys a little common sense commentary when it comes to things happening in the world, in pop culture, and in these internet streets. So if they interest you, definitely hit that subscribe button, like this video, and let's get into today's car chat. So my husband and I started this series called When Would They Learn? Because a lot of times we be seeing stuff online, and we're like, when are y'all going to learn? Okay? Well, you finna learn today. All right, we're about to learn something today about these one-sided relationships and friendships. And I've definitely been a person who struggled with this throughout my entire life. I think it's just within the last, maybe 2 years. Yeah. I'm getting over this hump of friendships because I've never struggled in my relationships, meaning the people that I've dated or like with my husband, to communicate and see loyalty in him and see loyalty in my relationships. Because with men, if I wasn't getting loyalty or I wasn't getting what I needed, I'd be gone. But a lot of times with friendships, we invest so much time, so much energy, so much love into people, we usually don't want to walk away from those situations. And I actually just was figuring out that one friendship that I was in, let's just say this person wanted my life. This person was a succubi, okay? And I just had to unleash holy terror to get them off of me, okay? A lot of prayer, supplication. But I could not have done it without my husband. And my husband is very knowledgeable. He's very wise. And he sees through people and their intent when they're trying to be my friend. So I'm going to let him speak on signs of seeing or being in a one-sided friendship and what that looks like. So here you go, babe.
She said succubi, guys. I was trying to look at her like, I know you ain't talking about me. We're talking to you guys like this because this is how we really talk. We don't put on a whole Broadway production to try to deliver this information. We just kind of have our own little conversations. We laugh, we joke, and we come to terms with whatever it is we're coming to terms to, and we agree or disagree or agree to agree. And that's where it goes. And I think a lot of times you have a lot of people who come on this platform and other platforms and speak about a lot of things, and sometimes they have no idea what they're speaking of. It's just that somebody told them that was a topic that needed to be addressed, and they looked at an opportunity and ran with it. When we do it, we try to do it from a standpoint of these are things we've been through, these are things that we've seen, and this is how we can help others through a situation. On the topic of some of the signs, it piggybacks on the last video that we did about loving yourself. So when you first love yourself, there's not going to be another greater love than that, because when you love yourself enough, there's just some things that you're willing to let happen and some things that you're not willing to let happen. For example, you can have a situation where you have a friendship or you could have a situationship. where that person is around only for certain situations that you're going through because they find something in your situation that they can benefit from. And because they can benefit from it, they're going to stick to you closer than close. But once they get everything they want to get from you, they tend to disappear. I had a situation where a person quote unquote called themselves a friend. And I found myself, well, why is it that if this person is a friend, I'm always having to reach out?
Yep.
Or if I'm truly this person's friend, how come they only know me when it's a get rich quick scheme that they got going on? Or they want somebody to invest, or they want somebody to give them advice, or they want somebody to tell them what's right and what's wrong in a situation. And then once I give it to them, they disappear for a period of time.
Right.
And then they come back when the next new thing pops up that they want some advice on. So it took me a while back in the day when I was younger to understand that those are those one-sided friendships that I don't care to be a part of, because that person would call, that person would ask, that person would do all the things to get what they wanted from me. But then when I would come to them with something simple, they couldn't do it. They wouldn't be around. They wouldn't answer in the phone calls. They were nowhere to be found. And these are just some of the little signs. So first sign, you're giving yourself more to that person than that person's giving to you. You're giving them information. You're giving them time. You're giving them energy. You may even be carrying some of their baggage because they use you as a drop-off so that they can kind of keep on going with their life. Now you're bogged down worrying about solutions for them that they're not worrying about for themselves. Sign number one. Sign number two, you check in just to see how they're doing. They don't check in on you ever. They assume you the strong friend, coined by my wife before in another video we had, that you good. You don't need nothing. I don't have to check on Brian. Brian good. April good. But you always take your time to see how they doing. But they don't do the same for you. You sit there and you say to yourself, you know what? I've had enough. I'm ready to do something different. Girl, why you want to do that? Things are good the way they are. Girl, just do it the way how you've been doing it. You want more for yourself. They want you to stay in the rut that they're in. So now that's how you're friends, because y'all are in the same position. But let it be that you trying to do better. They show their true colors.
Right.
Another sign. You talking to them about things you aspire to be and aspire to do. Girl, you know what? I think I ought to go for this promotion. I think I'm going to go for this position. They steadily talking about why you shouldn't do it. But what if you do that and then this don't work out? Or what if you do that and then, girl, if I was you, I wouldn't do that. But then next thing you know, they trying to do it on their end. All the things they told you not to do and the advice you gave, they didn't turn around and use it and promoted themselves in their life and left you and dropped you off where you was.
Which is called destiny swapping.
Two different types of destiny swap. So there's a destiny swap where someone is a sociopath. They have no identity. So they proceed to steal another person's identity. Like looking at somebody and really admiring them, like, I like what that person's able to do. I like what they do. So I have no identity of my own. I'm going through existential crisis and I have imposter syndrome. So I'm going to embody somebody else's character, as somebody trying to embody your spirit, your energy, the way you speak. This one happens to me all the time. I'm such an inspiration to people that they silently watch me and copy everything I do. They literally study me. There's a way you do your things. They just make things, pop up for you kind of easy. So they're going to embody your character, copy the way you dress, the way you act, the way you speak, everything, to the point where it's even the foods you eat. It's even the people you would go towards, your relationships, friendships, the kind of people you would associate with. They basically want to take you out of your own life and insert themselves into your life. If they could peel off your flesh and wear it on their skin, they definitely would.
I done ran out on what number I'm on, you guys. So
You're on 3.
5?
You going to 4.
Okay. Help me out.
That's another sign of a one-sided friendship. They don't listen to nothing you saying.
Exactly,
They in their mind while you having the conversation ain't listen to a damn thing you saying when you talk about your problems. But they always want you to listen undivided attention to them and their problems and issues.
One-sided friendship also is when a person that's supposedly your friend is not honest enough with you to tell you, hey, you know what? I have limitations. For instance,
Right.
you may want to go out to a party on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. That person can go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe they can only go Tuesday. But they're not going to tell you that and hope that you will help carry them over Wednesday and Thursday. So now your pocket become our pocket. Your funds become our funds. And they on for the ride until you cut that off. And now it's a problem. So you have those people who want to piggyback on your coattails and ride along everywhere with you until they realize that, hey, this person is done letting me ride their coattails. They want me to fend for myself, and now I can't be their friend no more. Another sign, and one of the last signs of a one-sided friendship is the friendship that when you're in need, and what I mean when you're truly in need, let's say you are going through it, that one-sided friend can never say, "Let me pray for you. Let's have a moment. Let's go to God in prayer and together on this and come together on this and see if we can make something happen." But anytime something come up in their life, you quick to pray for them. You quick to say, "Oh, you want to do a fast? You want to pray? You know what? Let me pray for you right now." It costs nothing to do that for somebody. But you find in those one-sided relationships, that person don't even know how to tap into that side because they ain't never tapped in on there before. And that goes back to wanting something more for somebody than them wanting it for themselves.
Right.
So I know there's scenarios that I've been through, and I know there's some scenarios that April been through where this is evident. But when we truly sit back and we look at how we treat ourselves and what we allow people to do to us, then there should be some signs for us to say to ourselves, you know what, this ain't right. I'm not about to invest all this, because we all know ROI, right? Return on investment. I want that. That's anything in life. If you invest your money into something, you want to reap something at the end. So why would you put so much energy into someone that you call yourself a friend and you get no return? You get nothing back from this person. No feedback, no input, no love, no attention, no time. Why are we putting into that person then if we're not getting anything in return?
I guess for me, when we talk about the solutions and what it comes to, the biggest solution to dealing with one-sided friendships and relationships, for me, it's very easy for me to cut them off. Like, all it takes is usually a cue from him, like something ain't right. Because sometimes you be so deep into the friendship, you don't even notice that this is happening to you, right? Sometimes when we talk about being adults, we, in friendships primarily, we have to look at it from this aspect, right? You have to put people in categories. One of my so-called friends years ago, I was pregnant. I never forget this. We went to the outlet in Houston. Remember we went out to Hempstead to the outlet? And she went with us to Chili's. And we were sitting at the table. This is a person that in the beginning, I didn't realize was trying to destiny swap with me. I didn't even know what destiny swapping was until as of recently. So when I look back on it, I'm like, oh, she was trying to destiny swap with me. And not even so much destiny swap, but just copying everything that I do. And finally, I was like, okay, this girl is truly inspired by my little life. So let me try to form a friendship with her to help her, like, guide her, or like, how can I say it, Brian? Not really guide her, but like, she was always copying me. Why did I become friends with this person? Let me start there.
Because I think you looked at it I think you were looking at it as someone who looked up to you. So you looked at it as almost like a mentorship. Like
Right. So we were sitting at the table with her one day and at Chili's, and she was telling us how she put this friend in this category and that friend in that category. And finally, that's why I say it helps to have somebody in your life that truly sees not just you and is in love with you, but not really just being in love with you, but in love with you enough to protect you, to be a protector. Brian looked at it and was like, so what category is April in? Because you talk about all these damn categories that these people is in. And when I tell you she was stumped, She was like, she's my friend. And Brian was like, no, because you just sat here telling us the categories you put all your friends in. And so from that point on, I learned about, and it takes time. I'm not going to lie to y'all because it took time. But at this age of 47, I know for sure if I had learned this early on in my 30s, maybe I saved myself a lot of headache and heartache from being in friendships with people. You got to put them in categories. See, a lot of people look at Oprah and Gayle and think that's Oprah's best friend. You know, Gayle is so loyal to Oprah. No, she's Oprah's confidant.
The therapy that I didn't have and the therapy that I don't need is because of my thousands and thousands of hours on the phone with Gayle. I get to release the day, and I just realized that.
And business partner.
Not even just business partner. She is Oprah's confidant. You know what a confidant is? A confidant is a person who can keep your deepest, darkest secrets. And you know what Oprah does? Oprah compensates her for that. Trips, bags, purses. She working over there at CBS. We're not talking to you, girl. Stop talking to us. She works over there at CBS. Got a show. Okay.
She went into space.
Okay. So at the end of the day, she's being compensated for her time. That's why you don't see scandalous stories coming out of Gayle. I'm sure it started off as a really great friendship, but at some point, there was something that was said that she was going to be Oprah's confidant. Being someone's confidant, you go to the grave with what they telling you. Okay? Being a best friend. Okay, girl, best friend. The way I look at best friends is this is somebody that's not truly a confidant yet, but is a step right below. I could share with you when I'm having my good days. I could share with you when I'm having my bad days. And before I even say anything or do anything, you already taking care of the situation. And it is reciprocated both ways. See, seeing this crap on Real Housewives where Shamia's like, yeah, you didn't even come to my wedding. Oh, I went to the one in Atlanta. We listened to Shamia. Shamia said it wasn't even a Atlanta wedding. It was like a reception. The real wedding was in Africa. If a person always got an excuse for not being there for you, that's not your best friend, girl.
You come to me and you say these things like, oh, well, yeah, you know, my mom said don't trust you and the apples don't fall far from the tree. Do you know how that makes me feel? What I'm saying to you,
I didn't say it was
Portia,
me.
is,
I said what she
but you
said.
did say that. That's the reason why you push back and pull back from me sometimes.
That's not true.
But you said that, and that is true. So if you're not going to be honest about things that happen off camera, then why are we doing it?
With you.
I just told you the other day, I said, Portia, I wish we could be the way we are off camera, on camera. And you know what you said? They would have to pay me more money for that. Why can't we be that way?
Why are you trying to argue with me for the show?
Why can't we be how we are off camera, on camera?
It's not. And what I feel like is that Shamia have been used Portia as a confidant, and Portia knows some crap about Shamia.
Correct.
That if this stuff come out, because Portia is petty as hell and Shamia knows it, that this could blow up Shamia whole entire situation. That's just my opinion. So you don't allow your best friends to be your confidant. They have to, that's some deep work that both of y'all have agreed to be each other's confidant, and that goes to the grave. Okay? I think best friend, being a best friend, that's something that has to be agreed upon by both people. And there has to be a conversation about that. Because I feel a lot of times you'll see people say, oh, you know, like they're saying right now about Shamia, oh, she's showing text messages between her and Portia. That's not a best friend. It depends on what that conversation is and what was it agreed upon being. Women always have this damn girl code, but the girl code only applies to them and how they operate. It doesn't get reciprocated both ways. That's why I never believed in this stupid girl code bull crap. Who made this up? Okay? Friends is just people you go out to have drinks. I have a friend to go to the mall. I might have a friend that want to go do nails. go do massages. Like for me, having a friend that we know we just like shopping together. We're not gonna do nothing else. I can go with her shopping and not be judged. This is why it's important to have people in categories. Because if I call, let's say, like Michele Wang. Me and Michele Wang, we're not friends, but I know Michele, right? We've been acquaintances because we're both YouTubers, right? I hit Michele up today and was like, hey, those Christian Louis Vuitton and Mason Margiela shoes that they just came out with, can you please do a review on those? Because I want to know the real tea. Are they comfortable? Are they uncomfortable? Please tell me. I hit her up. If I ever want to go luxury shopping in Vegas, I'm going to hit Michele Wang up and be like, hey, girl. How they said that on the Trolls Band Together? Hey, girl. You want to go shopping? If I buy a $10,000 bag, Michelle's not going to sit there and judge me because guess what? Michelle's into luxury items. I'm not going to take my friend that I know is going to be like, girl, why you spending that much on a bag? Girl, why you buying that? Girl, didn't you just need to pay your light bill? I don't need you judging me. You put people in different categories. And then the last type of person you bring around that's quote unquote friend, they're not really friends. They want you to be their therapist, their consultant. Them people, you put them in a category. Oh no, you want me to give you advice on that, girl? You gotta take me to lunch. And you paying for it. Girl, you gotta take me. We could go sit down and get our nails done. You get my nails done. You do it like that on a slick tip because at least you getting something out of listening to them and their foolishness all the damn time. This foolishness of sitting on the phone with people 4-5 hours listening to their problems while you need to be cooking dinner for yourself, preparing yourself for the next day. Okay? Because we're gonna talk about that. Because it's not just going to be about friendships on this channel. It's going to be about a plethora of things. So for me, I'm not going to sit around and be wasting my damn time that I could be giving to my husband, give it to my child, give it to my damn self. Playing around with you in the foolishness. You're going to have to take me get my nails done. You're going to take me out to eat. And once that lunch is done, once them nails is done, girl, I got to get home. I got things to do. I hope this helped. Don't be giving no option, girl. Call me later if you still have issues. No. You get this a lot of time and that's it. Because trust and believe next week is going to be another problem. Trust and believe tomorrow is going to be another issue. You don't get my time like that. Put people in categories. It's the best way to deal with friendships to where you're not in a one-sided situation. And trust and believe, when they see you treating them like that, they're going to clamor to be a great friend to where they get all of your time. And not all of your time, but most of your attention that they want. Got something else to say?
I mean, I think you said it best right there. I think the category thing is a lot like time management. So it's just how much you want to invest and what are they investing. You shouldn't be investing all your time in them and they find no time to invest in you. And if that's the case, then let's come to an agreement and this is how we're going to see each other. You're going to be my person that I consult to when I want to know about cars or electronics. You're going to be the person I want to talk to when it has to do with hair and makeup. You're going to be my go-to when it comes to nails. It's almost like having a plug. If you're not going to be that, if you're not going to be that everyday friend, at least you're going to be a part-time person. I know where to keep you. And I think that's where the key to the whole one-sided friendship is not having expectations. If you lower your expectations for a person that is not your friend, they can never hurt you or surprise you.
Right.
Because you never expected nothing from them.
Right.
It's when we put those expectations on people that, they're going to do like how I do them, or they're going to be loyal to me like I'm loyal to them.
True, bro.
Or they're going to respect me like I respect them. And then you put that expectation on them. And I tell my wife this all the time. You put that expectation on that person is never going to live up to that expectation because that's not who they are. And then you only find yourself being hurt in the long run because you're like, well, damn, when are they going to ever understand, this is what I like or this is how, I feel and this is what I want to do for them. and then they never realize it. And sometimes it takes some time. You really got to break it down for a person, because what's obvious to you may not be obvious to someone else. And that goes beyond just friendships. That's relationships, that's marriages, that's everything. People ask us all the time, hey, gosh, y'all just had a 17-year anniversary. Like, how have y'all done it? And it wasn't easy. I'll tell you that. It wasn't like we just snapped our fingers and 17 years popped through. We had our ups and downs. We had our moments. We had our disagreements. We still have disagreements from time to time, but it's not so much about a disagreement. It's about what's the solution, or what's the end, and can you withstand? And I think without a strong friendship like what we have, and then being able to have those boundaries that are healthy, I think we would have succumbed to it a long time ago, like a lot of other people do. Because we know at this point, it seems like it's fashionable to walk away from your situation. Everybody makes it, so glamorous to separate. And then you got people in your ear that ain't never been settled with nobody telling you how to live your relationship and your situation.
Wait, did you see the thing with Shannon Sharp today?
No.
Where he telling this man was on his show. I forgot the name of the guy. I've seen him around before. I forgot what he does. So I just saw it in the clip. Where him and Shannon Sharp are sitting down talking, and he say his ex-wife still has access to his account. And Shannon Sharp said, "What? Oh no, man, you gotta stop that. You gotta stop that."
Hold on. Is it true your ex-wife have access to your bank account?
Yeah. I told you, I trust her implicitly.
I beg your pardon?
Implicitly, I trust her. If she wanted to take it, she could. There's very few people that you meet where you can trust implicitly. And to be honest, she was there when we were living at the in-laws' house. She was there when we couldn't afford a hamburger. She was there through the grind. She, to me, just like we kind of separated when we started making it, so she doesn't get to enjoy any of that. To me, that's not right.
Wow.
I'm a loyalty guy.
You are a boy. You loyal to the song for real. I don't know too many people doing that.
No, it surprises people. But she could have, if she wanted to do something with it, she could have done with it a long time ago.
If your ex-wife, is she married?
She's dating somebody, boyfriend.
And you cool with that?
Yeah. I want her to be happy. It's true.
But then she can't get no more access, Dave. She got to cut a little.
I won't even notice if it's gone.
You mean to tell me she might?
I mean, if she takes it all.
No. But she might take like, you know what? I'm gonna have this extravagant wedding. I'm gonna spend $500,000 on a wedding. You cool with?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Lord have mercy. What did you learn during that marriage about yourself?
She's still my best friend. Like, we get along
better as friends than
relationship. Yeah. But she was with me at the beginning of this company, and like, if she called me right now, it's like, I need you. I'd be there. It's like it just didn't work as a marriage.
And he said, "I trust my ex-wife. The relationship didn't work out, but I trust her. She's been having access to my account." And Shannon was like, "She got a new boyfriend?" He was like, "Yeah." She still got access? Stop listening to broken people. Stop listening to people that ain't got... Okay? Shannon Sharp ain't got a pot to piss in right now with all this caca he got going on. This is a person that's in all kind of mess relationship-wise. Can't find a good woman to save his damn life. And you want to tell me about me and mine? You have to protect yourself, people. Young people, stop letting broken people, stop letting people that ain't in relationships give you advice.
And stop listening to people who don't even have an example of something to tell you. They're giving you a high-level overview that they might have taken a class or they heard somebody else say, and it sounded good, and now they regurgitating it to you. And then when you want to dissect it and go deeper, they can't. There's oftentimes, I know April will be watching a video from somebody doing commentary or doing dialogue, and they all wrong with what they saying. If they would have just done, and they'll tell you, "Well, I'm not here to do all the kind of research." Well, what the hell you talking about if you're not going to research what you're talking about?
I'll be ready to
why you gonna just mislead everybody with the foolishness? Take the time to research.
Researching nothing.
Well, then you ain't got the time to talk, because if you got a platform, and you have quote unquote listeners, they listening and hanging on every word you say. At least be factual about what you're saying. Don't just come.
Everybody want to call Shannon Sharp Unc like he got some damn experience.
Oh, I thought they was calling him Auntie the way how he walked in them little tight leggings that he had on that time when he got out that Jeep. The thing about it is that we throw that unk thing around too much. I think a lot of people in the community and in the culture, when you think of aunts and uncles, it's like that family member that you feel comfortable in talking to, that person that you feel comfortable in confiding in, because that's like your mom's brother or your mom and dad's sister or brother. So you feel comfortable in talking to that person because, you know, sometimes you can't talk to your parents.
Yep.
So to give somebody a title of an aunt and an uncle, that's a big thing. You can't just use that loosely and just give that to anybody. It has to be somebody that's coming.
A lot of people think auntie is like aging somebody.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's the wisdom. It's the knowledge. It's the conversation. It's the I've been through some things. Let me help you out type situation.
Exactly. With that being said, you guys, sign off in the comment section down below per usual. Let us know what you think about this topic. Let us know if you've been in any one-sided relationships, friendships, and how you got out of them. Because there's a lot of people that are inquiring minds that are young that want to know. Okay? With that being said, you guys, you have a blessed day, evening, or night, whatever time of the day it is that you're watching. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Peace.